part recorded, and it's still up on YouTube. I'm gonna take it down eventually, but it was really not good, and I'm just going to start this all over again. I know what to talk about now, and you know what? I'm just rambling, so let's start off with Forest Frontiers. And every time you start a new campaign, it just opens up this window and has a little description, you know, deep in the forest, build a thriving theme park in a large cleared area, of what your current situation is, and it has your objective to have at least 250 guests in your park at the end of October year 1 with a park rating of at least 600. Now let me give you the whole entire gist of this. 250 guests, you get guests in your park, obviously, it's really self-explanatory. Now, October year 1, every year goes from the beginning of March to the end of October. That's a year in Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I think every minute is 1 day. If I'm not mistaken, it might be like 30 seconds or something. Now, park rating, that's basically how good your park is, and that will be going over all these different ones in due time. But first, before we open the park, we want to actually make sure the guests have something to, you know, do. So we're going to open up this tab, build new ride or attraction. It's the most important tab in the whole entire game, and it has other different tabs. I will be going over these different tabs in due time, as I said before, and we're just going to click on this one first, the Thrill Rides tab, and we're going to do scrambled eggs. I prefer scrambled eggs over swing ship. I don't know why. I guess it's because it's cheaper and guests don't mind it. Well, I don't know, I'm not a guest, so it's the way it was written, so we just, you know what, let me back up. Let's do this again. So to build a ride, you hit this button, build this. Sorry, my throat's really sore. And it has a outline of how much space the ride is going to take up, and the direction in which it will be facing, that yellow arrow in the middle. This will be morely important for roller coaster rides because well, actually, I'll explain that when we do a roller coaster rather than just when we're building scrambled eggs. So just click where you want to place it, and it subtracts the money from how much money you have, which is displayed right over here. So it has it also, if you leave your mouse over it, it says your profit and your park value. So, and these two buttons, entrance and exit, just the entrance right here, it's very easy to tell the difference between the entrance and the exit, because the entrance is taller and has the name of the ride or attraction, whether it is open or not, in big moving letters. So after you place the entrance and exit, you'll get this big confusing window that won't be so confusing later on. So the first thing we want to do is keep it closed, and we aren't going to name it, so we're going to go over this later. We're just doing the really basic stuff right now, and we're going to hit the Gentle Rides tab right here, and let's build a haunted house, you know, why not? And we'll place it right here next to the scrambled eggs. You don't need to be really organized for this part, but you do in later parks. I'll be going over park organization when it is more appropriate, but for now let me explain why this really does not work out. There is a path here, and if you might not have noticed, there is no path here, 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 or here. So the first thing you want to do is not build, just normal paths, blah 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 blah. What you want to do is you want to do this, and you want to use a queue line for the entrance for every ride. It is extremely important. It is increasingly important in later campaigns, and it just makes everything better. So now that we have these rides out of the way, let's build a little area just out like this. And this is going to be our first little shopping center. I prefer to have shopping centers rather than just random stalls in the park, because it's really good for organization and it just makes the park look neater. So we'll build an ice cream stall for hungry customers, and we'll build a drink stall for thirsty customers, and we will build a washroom, and we will just place it right, you know what, I'm going to place it right here, because we are going to have, in my park layout on paper, one path's going to be going that way, one path, there's going to be, I have everything laid out. I'll show you it as we move along in this Let's Play. So now that the bathroom's there, the bathroom you can make money off bathrooms, but you want to keep it free. Yeah, this is the finance tab for like your rides and attractions and all that. And this button, same price throughout park. So we'll be going over that later in the tutorial. This is just basically how to get your park started up. And I'm really running out of time. Not really though, but I am. So what we are going to do is, we don't want to click on all these things and have to open them all individually. So what you can do is just open the rides and attractions button right here, and it'll list your rides and attractions, and drink stall 1 is open for some reason, but you can sort by all these different things which I'll be going over later, and you can sort them. And this button here, open all rides and attractions, if you are just building your park from the start of the campaign, like one of the scratch parks, not one of the pre-made parks. I'll be going over that later again, so this is going to be a very long tutorial segment for this game. So I'm just going to hit this button and everything's open. But the park isn't, unfortunately. That's the only one that we have to do a special case for in the entire game, really. So that's all I really have for this part. Next part we'll be going over this whole entire toolbar, okay? So I hope to see you next time. This is Slooter93, and well, that's it for this part, I guess. I'm rambling, I guess, so that we can get some guests in the park for next video. Okay, so that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this part, and I hope you enjoy the future parts. Goodbye.